So obviously we all know that the airlines have been severely beaten down in this pandemic period. So United is one of those that has been beaten down, and they were not in the best financial shape out of all the airlines in the start of this. Southwest Airlines was. But United is recovering. They're back to about half of what their all-time highs were. I think their all-time high, shouldn't say all-time, I'm not sure, but I know their 2-year high was $92 a share or something like that. Right now they're sitting around $60. So United is expecting to be cash flow positive this March. So we'll see if that happens. I don't really know. I know that I do travel a lot. I pretty much fly United 99% of the time, and their passenger, there are not that many passengers compared to what it used to be. There are people on planes, there are people in airports, but it's a noticeable difference that travel is down. I do frequent Chicago O'Hare, Washington Dulles, Newark Airport, and it's all, there's people there, but there aren't people there like it used to be. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. We have a lot of hype that the vaccine is coming and it's going to improve travel and whatnot. I think that the big thing for me, just as far as confidence of people getting back on planes, is when these airlines finally say that you don't have, and the airports say that you don't have to wear a mask at the airports, on the airplane, etc. I just think that that'll be, like, mentally, people will be like, okay, it's okay to travel now. And I think that's when we're going to start seeing people getting back to those pre-COVID levels of flying. And also, I think it's going to help with the cruise line industry too, because they kind of go simultaneous. Although airline is obviously much more frequented and much more useful just because of what it is. It's getting places, not just going on vacation. So let's see what United looks like from a chart perspective, and then we'll go from there. So the first thing that I noticed with United is they are a 50% stock. And by 50%, I mean you have your high up here, you have your low right here, and then you have this middle area where resistance can't break through. Now, recently, the thing that usually propels stocks through resistance is news, obviously good news, which creates a lot of volume, which pushes it through. So before I do go any further here, I want to pull up Southwest Airlines just so you guys can see what a 50% stock looks like getting through. So here's your high, here's your low, and here's your 50%. And you can see that for a long time, for about this was January through, say, November, it had a very difficult time breaking through that resistance line. Then good news started to come out. Vaccine news started to come out. And we are now at, I'm pretty sure this is all-time highs. Definitely over the 2-year high. So this is what it looks like to be breaking out of a 50% rule. And I haven't been able to show this very often, but this is what you see. You need a lot of volume pushing this thing forward, and good news pushing this thing forward. Of course, it was vaccine. Now, for Southwest, is it warranted? I would say no, because they don't have the passenger capacity like they did pre-COVID, but that's how stocks work nowadays. It's all about the hype. So let's zoom in and see what we can do with United. I really like the fact that they've broken through this resistance level right here. That was a terrible line. This resistance level right here. So the question now is, can they hold it? The good news is they're over all 4 of their major moving averages. They have pretty good volume coming in the last month or so. So let's zoom in and see how we can trade this thing. Little gap up on Monday. I don't know what that was, but I know that gap ups, that gap is not terrible, but what would I do here? So we came through the sweet spot nicely. We had a nice gain on this thing from, this is where we probably would have added, say, $47 to be conservative. Moving up to 56. You could have had some really good profit on this stock if you were trading this on a long-term chart. Now, what would I do over here? We are getting into this overbought region, which I don't love, but it's okay. We closed at the bottom of today's candlestick. It is 4:30 right now on Tuesday. So we closed at the bottom of the candle, which I do not like. It tried to break out. It broke out through this yesterday was probably a resistance line. It did close above it yesterday, but then today our stock pulled back on us a little bit. So what do I want to see going forward? I would really like to see some engulfing candlesticks like this. Actually, you know what? Let me pull up a line. And before I say that, I think I would actually like to see a pullback. Okay, we're fine. So what I'm looking for, why I looked at that, is I want to see these W formations created where you have these lower highs. And I would really like to see something where this pulls back. I would not mind having it pull back a little bit more tomorrow and then going forward like that. So just to create a little bit more stable of a support line. And there's a good chance that it pulls back to where I drew it because it's just right at this 58.88 number. So let's go back to a candle and check out what we're going to do. So if we do get some kind of pullback going on tomorrow, no big deal. What I'm looking for is maybe a red candle pullback. I'm sorry. It'll be green. A green candle pullback just like that. And then maybe the following day like that and like that. That's what I want to see. And if you get a candle like this that breaks out over this previous high, then you can go ahead and add to your position or start a position. But if you're starting a position, make sure you're using stops because you are in the overbought area. Over on the 15, excuse me. Over on the daily chart right over here, we're over all four of our major moving averages. And that took a lot of effort to get through that. So that's great. Very consistent volume, like I've said, for almost the last month. A little bit of a gap up. Gaps usually get filled, but we shall see. Kind of the same thing over here. What I want to see are just green engulfing candlesticks. I want to break out over this previous high from Monday. And yeah, I mean, you're going to run into resistance here at $63. But if you can get in this thing at 60, push up into resistance, take some profits off the table there, and then push through resistance like that, you're going to do okay with United. I don't foresee anything bad. I think that United will move with the rest of the market. But as long as this news keeps coming out and this stimulus keeps coming out, I know that the airlines, I shouldn't say I know. I think I've read that the airlines are being bailed out this time around. I really am not 100% sure, but I've heard it. I don't know if that passed in the bill, but that would definitely help them. Just notice that your bid and ask difference is 15 cents. I don't like that. With a company that is under $60 a share, pretty much under $150 a share, I want to see a bid and ask difference of 1 or 2 cents at the absolute most. That indicates that there's some kind of manipulation going on, and I do not want to see that. All right, going to a 15-minute chart. United Airlines is a pretty good one to trade because you do get these you get pretty good daily fluctuations with it, especially in the last year, just because of all the news that comes out and can move this stock around. So it gives you the opportunity to make money in it. Of course, you can go short in something like this, as long as you are under 20% down here with your stochastic, with good red engulfing candlesticks coming down, some pretty good selling volume. You can go ahead and short this. Once you pop over 20%, you're out. You got to take your profits and run. Worst case scenario, it pops up, comes back down below 20%. You add to it again. No harm, no foul. Let's see what it did. Let's look at yesterday, for example. Yesterday, we had a nice run in the morning, and then we kind of fell off in the afternoon. So you could have stayed in the stock all morning because you were over 80%. Once you broke through 80 and came down right there, just like that, that's when you exit the position. Now, that doesn't mean you go short on it right away, because to go short on it, remember I said you have to be under 20. So you want to be under 20% on your stochastic. This number over here, which is 56 currently, I need that to be under 20, and you got to stay in this area right here, just like you were back in here. That's when you're going to be short on a stock. So this one is just kind of hanging out in no man's land. You're not going to do anything with it. You had a little bit of a rebound. You popped over 80% again. So you can see what I mean. This is day trading. You're in, you're out. You're in, you're out. That's what this is all about, is just taking little profits where you can grab them, and hopefully they add up big for you. So you had a nice little run in the afternoon, all green buying volume. You were over 80%. Yep, this is perfect. So what could we have done today? To be honest with you, today is not much. So here's our 80% line, and here's our 20% line. And you can see that United just kind of bounced around in between 20 and 80 all day, which is not where we're going to be touching the stock to trade anything. The only little blurb you could have had was right here in the afternoon, maybe a maybe a 1 hour period. And these engulfing candlesticks going down were not even that good. So this is one where, I mean, you're going to have days where you're going to have stocks that you can't trade. And that's kind of today. Just don't go and force the trade. Let the trade come to you. That's the biggest part about any good trader. Let the trade come to you. Don't force the trade to happen. So let's review United one more time just to go over it. So it is a 50% stock. Good news is we're breaking out through that 50% area. The question is, can it hold? Boeing did this earlier this week, and Boeing pulled back yesterday and today. So I don't know. Is this the news that is going to propel United to get up here like Southwest was doing to break out of its previous high? I don't know. If you want to do something with it, please use stops. You can add if you get an engulfing candlestick out. You can add if you get a candlestick breakout like that. Just remember, you're in this overbought area. So that's why I'm telling you to use stops. Bid and ask difference, you want that to be 1 cent. Over here on a daily chart. I love that you're overall for your major moving averages. I love the consistent volume that you've had for almost the last month. What I need are candlesticks like this, green candlesticks going up. Once you start running into $63, take some profits off the table and let engulfing candlesticks happen that it breaks out over that 63 bucks. Next, day trading. To be honest, today we wouldn't have done anything. But remember, when I teach day trading here, of course, this is after, I mean, you guys can't, I'm going to make this video tonight and it's going to be released tomorrow. That's not going to do you any good. So when I'm doing day trading on these videos, I'm doing exactly that. I am teaching you how to day trade. That is all. So today is a good example of when not to day trade. Here's your 80% line right here. And here's your 20% line. And you kind of just sat in that area in the middle all day. So it basically said, don't do anything with United today on a day trading chart. And that's perfectly okay. So if you guys like this video, and if you like what I'm saying, and you want to do some kind of day trading, you want to do daily swing trades like this, or more importantly, and what I do most is long-term trades, then come and join my Bid and Ask Nation. It is $55 right now. You get 100% access to me, all of my trades live. Anything that I do, I put in a specific chat instantly of what position I'm taking or getting rid of. I make short videos. I answer all of your questions. I answer your individual stock questions. I answer your chart reading questions. And plus, you get all of the Everything Money software for free. So you get the 8-pillar website. You get the real estate calculator when it comes out. You get mine and Paul's spreadsheet. And remember, all of this software that we built, Paul and I were building this for ourselves anyway. Now you guys are just getting it. So I really like the fact that we use this every day. This is how we invest our family portfolios, and that's what we're going to do forever. So you guys, if you love it, come join the Bid and Ask Nation, and I can promise you that you will not regret it. And we have guys in there that have been in there for 1 month, and they've already paid off their entire year membership of Patreon, and now it's just all profits on top. So come join us. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.